the dream in my eye. I be an example to myself in the tears that I cry. What's going on, y'all? I'm in here with Mike Tees today, man. We gonna pick his brain, see what he talking about. You know, hear about his journey. So what's going on with you?
Another day, trying to make the best out of it.
This is one of them impromptu interviews, and we ain't nothing planned. We just gonna go off the head. You know what I mean? So just to let y'all know out there, and so man, just tell the people, man, how you get into t-shirts. How you get into this whole t-shirt game?
Well, basically, I had a 9 to 5, just like the next person. I was trying to provide for my family. I was working actually at a electrical place where I build these rectifiers. Quick thing about rectifiers is they're like these big towers that conduct electricity to push forward momentum to move the tracks at Disney World. So I was working for a company that produces those here in the Ohio area. And every night I would go home and watch videos on t-shirt tutorials, basically. And I happened to come across Stan Banks. He was in a garage. I believe it was like winter hazard because he had a coat on. Mm-hmm. And he was making a bomber jacket. And the way that he did it and how it came out was just like a light bulb went off in my head. Like, man, I really could do that. That's something I would like to get into, being that I wanted to be in the custom apparel business anyway. So that income tax came around. I invested my whole income tax, every dollar, on t-shirt stuff, equipment, blanks, the products associated with making the blanks, the vinyl, the cameo.
I actually did the same question. She said the same thing. Stan Banks, she was working a job. Stan Banks, in that exact video you mentioned, is what inspired her to do it. So you said you started out, you spent your income tax and bought the heat press and all that. What'd you get exactly?
Well, I actually had bought a bundle pack, and I think it was somewhere between 15 and 18,000 or 1,800. Let me get that comma right. And it came with the Silhouette Cameo 3, like 4 or 5 rows of vinyl, some decal vinyl, logo gridded, and I want to say, what else came in that bundle? Like the silhouette markers came in that bundle. And I got all that from Heat Press Nation.
Yeah, that's where I got mine. I got a bundle like that myself. Them little bundles is good, man, for when you starting up. It give you a little bit of everything, man.
Yep.
It's funny, though. I still got a few sheets of that vinyl that came with that bundle pack right here.
Well, I got a whole bunch of that vinyl left from that package. That was actually February 2019 that I got it, the 7th actually, because I was looking at the statements. I try to keep a record of where my money is going.
Mm-hmm. So what was the first thing you pressed once you got your pack?
The very first thing I pressed on was a shirt, and it was a shirt that I had bought from somewhere, and actually the letters was falling off of it, so I tried to recreate that design and repressed it, and man, it was a nightmare.
Man, trust me, I know, man. So, what drives you to keep going, though? I mean, some of this shit, man, it get rough at times, man. What's your factor?
I can honestly say what drives me is the determination to not fail. And with every failure, there's a lesson in it. So when I see myself failing or getting frustrated, I take the time to step back, analyze the situation, reapproach it. Plus, I have 10 children. Some of you might not know. So quitting is not an option for me. And I blank sure ain't going back to working for somebody else and punching in on somebody else's clock when I know I can be the entrepreneur that I set out to be.
Man, I heard that, man. I feel you on that. Just what type of advice, man, would you just give people want to get into the t-shirt game, man? Whether it be just having a business and pressing shirts, or hoodies or whatnot, or even these people wanting to not only run the t-shirt business but want to get into YouTube, man. What kind of advice you got for them people?
Well, I got two pieces of advice, if I may. The first is it might not be a t-shirt for you. It may be a tumbler. It may be, I don't know, carving pumpkins. It might be cooking. It might be rapping. It might be being on TV. If that's your inspiration and you want to see something out of it, don't expect it to happen overnight. And the second part into that, to answer that, is you got to put in work. That first year, I could say I probably honestly lost about $20,000 in just product alone on the countless mistakes that I had made and the errors that was made due to me partly not reading instructions and taking the time to actually invest that time and learn the actual way to press and the proper way to put things on garment. So don't quit. Don't ever quit. It's going to get hard. It's going to get rough. The first month, I made some great money off of the custom apparel business. Like, I had all my cousins coming to me. I had friends coming to me. Then word of mouth from their friends, they were coming to me. But after that first month, I went dry for 3 months. And I didn't know where that next dollar was going to come from. So I had a side job, obviously, because I had to supplement that income. And I was an Uber and Lyft driver during that time. So just don't give up. Don't give up. It's going to get hard. There's going to be times where your patience is tested. But if you quit on it, you'll never reap the rewards.
Period. So like not giving up, man. It's stuff gets rough, man. Life happens, man.
That it does.
Sometimes stuff outside of your control happens that you're forced to give up. Would you suggest, like, if say somebody was in a situation where they have to quit, what would you tell that person? Like,
Well, and like you just said, life happens. So, unfortunately, sometimes situations are out of our hands. But if it's your true goal, your true inspiration, it's something you truly want to set forth in life, even if you have to sell that material or that heat press or all your stuff, find some other way to get it back after you resolve the problem at hand. Because I know a lot of us don't have people we could just call and say, hey, I need a couple $1,000. My electric, my rent, my water, and I ain't got no food in the house is due. And ain't nowhere to look. So you have to sell your stuff. That is something that you have to do. You have to take care of your family. You have to take care of your obligations. But as soon as you get that money back, go back, reinvest, and start right back on that.
Excuse me.
The goal is to never quit. When you quit, when you lay down, then you subject for defeat. Me, I always turn that around. Always.
Man, I hear you there, man. I be wanting to quit every day, man. Like, even just doing this YouTube some days is rough, man. Like, but like me knowing you, man, we speak on a regular. Man, you're always at your shop. You always working. Like, I know you be pulling 10 and 12-hour days. Like, before.
Yeah.
All right, two questions. So, what motivate? I mean, not motivates you, but how do you keep going on them long 10, 12-hour days? And then, how did you end up from working in your basement to being in your shop?
I had, well, first let me say, the 10 and the 12 and the 14-hour days, I could quit. I can stop. I'm my own boss. But inside me, and my wife says it's ADHD, I have to see it completed. If it's not completed, I'm not clocking out. It's plain and
Mm-hmm.
simple. It's just that's how I've always been in life, you know. And how I came from the basement to brick and mortar was I was selling shirts to local shops around me. They had seen me rocking some shirts they ain't never seen before. Some signs, blah 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 blah. Please cut that out. Some designs that I was rocking they never seen before. And they was like, well, you know, we'll pay X amount if you bring this amount into the store, and we'll cut you a check at the end of the month off of your sales. So that worked. It worked for about 2 or 3 stores, but then I seen it was like times where the money just wasn't adding up, and I had came across this discount outlet store. I pitched them an idea about selling my shirts to them to see if they would be able to make a profit, and it worked. It would work. God was in my favor with that. So it had came time for them to end their lease at the previous store that they were at, and they were moving to another store. Well, I got wind of this, so I propositioned the owner. And I said, "You guys see the profit that you're making off of my clothing? How about us joining together, and maybe I can lease a space in your store so I could do custom apparel on the spot." And he thought over. It took him about 2 weeks, but he gave me a call. I was in the middle of traffic. I was actually on the highway, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take you up on that offer." And since then, it's just been a constant grind, and that's why you guys always see me at the store, because I have a setup here at my house, but I also have a setup at the store,
Mm-hmm.
and then one at my father's house. But it came from just constantly grinding. I don't take days off. I'm supposed to take a day off. I take time off, but not the whole day. So, for example, Sunday may come, and yes, it's a day to rest. I would go to church. I would get out of church. I would eat with my family, and then I would go to work. I mean, and it's just like that. It's that revolving door. Not everybody's gonna have that in them, and some people just can't do that or put that much time into it. But I can't go without. I can't see my kids go without, and that's what ticks up here.
Shit, I feel you. I feel you on that. Man, just so man, we got this squad thing, man. That people don't know. Like I say this in every one, but people don't know. Like, man, this is an organic thing. This wasn't nothing we planned. None of us became this family that we become through by by force, man. It just happened. Like every video we shout out each other, and it wasn't like I called you and was like, man, shout me out in your video. It's just something that happened. You shouted me out, I
No,
shouted them out, then we all became. It just became a thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so in your words, man, what is squad to you besides the Facebook group? Y'all come join.
yeah. Well, squad to me means unity, empowerment, inspiration, dedication, motivation, and focus. Ultimately helping the next person out the best way that we know how. Um, and the best terms that I use every day or that I tell a person is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink.
Period.
Simply, when we started putting them videos out, and then I think Jay Styles coined the squad. It just was natural. It was organic, and it felt right. It felt like this is an opportunity where we can help others shine and grow and learn, and also get tips and tricks. Ultimately, causing us to make a group and have one on Facebook, but like a natural bond. It's kind of hard to explain because, like you said, it wasn't forced. It was just natural.
Yeah, nah, it's really real, man. Like, do you notice like in your comments on your YouTube stuff, like that like people commenting about you inspiring them through what you do, or have you
Oh
had
yeah.
those moments?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had so many people reach out to me and just randomly call me on Facebook and stuff like that. Like, hey, how do I do this? Can I get a tip for this? And how would you do this? And man, you're so inspiring, and it seems like you'll never go to sleep. And that's like that's what really touches my heart and my soul is that I am out here really helping people. It's not just something that I'm doing to gain money off of, but I'm actually helping the community to grow and I'm inspiring others by my actions pretty much.
Period. Yeah, it's definitely a humbling situation, man. Like a humbling feeling to
Yes it
have some
is.
of them comments, man. Like
Yeah,
ironically, Jay Styles was the first person to let me know, or the first person that I realized like me doing this YouTube stuff is like touching other people's lives, man. From it was he commented and fired up the heat press about I don't remember if I made a comment or posted a picture or something, but his comment was about the video I did about fear, like just being scared and facing my fears to start my business. And
yeah,
that was the first person that made me realize like the influence that I have. Shout out Jay Styles, man, all things Styles.
definitely. All things style. Man, y'all go subscribe, check him out. Definitely a solid one.
Period.
I mean, see, you inspire me, man.
Right
I
on,
watch your
man.
videos and I'm like, oh, he just did that. Let me try that next time. I
Right on.
mean, even right now, as we speak, the videos that you're putting out, it's still like, wow, I have so much to learn. And I'm just reciprocating it all. Everything is coming to me, and I'm
Right
loving it. I'm
on.
soaking it in like one great big sponge. The knowledge that you're sharing with us, and
Right
not
on.
just between us, but with the world and others.
Right
It's
on.
really inspiring.
It's funny because like man, I feel like y'all is miles ahead of me and this stuff, man. I just be I be playing. Y'all serious business, you dig. Jay Styles, say how you feel, man. Y'all serious business, man. I be dibbling and dabbling, man. Like, funny thing that when I was younger, I used to be a big pothead, and I would laugh at all the people that be like, "I'm gonna smoke some weed on Friday," and it's like Monday, you know. I'm that
Yeah,
dude, I used to think that was so funny because I'm gonna smoke this weed every day, but now I'm that dude. Like as far as I don't smoke weed for the record, but as far as the t-shirts go, I'm that dude now. Like I'm that one that's about
hmm
to make a t-shirt on Friday, but it's only Monday, and y'all is them everyday makers, man. Like I got my little thing and stuff, but like I still get inspired by watching y'all videos, man. I don't care how long it is. I'm watching every second. I'm liking, I'm commenting because y'all
yeah,
inspire
same
me.
here.
Y'all motivate me to like even keep pushing these videos. Um, so it's crazy that like I did an interview with your did. She told me the same thing,
Mm.
and like, but I'm looking at y'all like this. I don't see myself as that person. I see myself as just I'm just there, and but I got several people on YouTube that allow me to know the influence I have, man. I'm grateful for that, humbled by that. But you
Hey,
know,
I feel the same way. I get that all the time. Like, Mike, you doing this and you doing that, and you're all of this and all that. But to me, when I look at myself, it's like you could do more.
shit, I
You
hear
could
you.
do so
I
much
hear you.
more. Don't stop. Don't give up. Just keep on doing what you're doing because they gravitating towards you. And I see it. I mean, it's not like I don't see it, but at the same time, it don't go to my head. And at the same time, like I spoke, you guys are like you did. Wow. Have you seen what she can do with customizing some socks
Yeah,
and
she
some
raw.
of the shirts and some of the designs she
She
come
raw.
out with?
She raw.
right down to J Styles with the clothing selection, because sometimes I don't know the right apparel to press on. You know, a person that thinks you know everything will turn mute and fall silent or be a victim to not knowing because he didn't want to get no more of that knowledge. But man, when I watch you say how you feel, did all things style, it's just like I feel like this is where I need to be at, especially for the lane that I'm heading towards. Trying to build a legacy for myself and for my children as well.
Period.
And you know, the only way to do it is just to keep grinding.
Period. Period. Man, I ask you another question about. Just tell the people about the group, man, about the squad, custom T-shirt, print, and more. Just tell them what we got going on over there.
So squad, t-shirt customs and more. Hey yo, if y'all ain't tapped in, you gotta tap in. Go ahead and join that group. Um,
On
you may
Facebook.
have a cricket, and another person may have a silhouette. And the person that got a silhouette just bought a cricket but don't know how to turn it on. You can ask that question in the squad and get about 50 answers
Period.
right away on how to operate that machine. And that's just the basis. That's just the outside, the outer rim. We go into, we could talk about layering if you're having trouble with the layering. We could talk about different types of vinyls that we use and, you know, that we personally use in our everyday business and actually give you an honest opinion. No fluff behind it. Just, it's 100% real. So if you is in this custom t-shirt apparel business, go ahead, like and join that group because that knowledge is out there. We putting out that real knowledge, not some prefabricated shirt or tip that we didn't got from elsewhere. This is coming from true custom apparel customizers, if I could say that, if that's even a term.
Man.
Um, and we dropping jewels and gems every day, every day.
Period. Another thing, in addition to what he said, is like the group is new, but like it's a lot of talented people in there. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
so much, man. Like we do a little post on, show us what you're working with or whatever, and different things, and
Hmm.
like some of the stuff I seen, man, the talent in there is amazing, and it's not like the cookie cutter stuff. It's not the same stuff you see over and over throughout Facebook. It's
Right.
one you see a lot of original stuff, different things, and stuff like that. That's one thing I'm loving about the group. Today, some guy was inspired and posted his first YouTube video today.
That's
Um,
amazing.
so I thought that was real dope, man. So
That's amazing.
it is, man. Like, we about to squad is gonna make a difference, man. Y'all gonna know us, man. These companies and different stuff, man. Y'all come get with us because we the next thing we got next. Period.
Yeah, definitely. Hands down.
So in closing, man, just what you got to say to the people, man. Just tell them, what some closing words you got for them.
First off, thank God. Thank God.
Period.
Without him, this wouldn't be possible. Um, Shouts out to everybody that's coming together in this squad as a collective and making it a whole. And hopefully we keep growing, keep this thing going. We just set a match to the wood, so it's just spark this fire. Um, if you haven't joined 12 on Apparel on YouTube or subscribe, do it immediately. Get
Period.
these videos and this knowledge in there, man. I'm telling you, you will find something that you didn't know before or previous to hand or watching this video. And also join Squad if you want those extra tips and tricks for those that's dedicated to it. Or you might not even be dedicated to making anything, but if you just want some knowledge and you can hear positive and see great posts, please join Squad. Please subscribe to 12 Gone Apparel. And
Man,
on that note, I'm out.
subscribe to Mike T's, man. Your Digg Lifestyle, Say How You Feel TV, all things styles, man. But Mike, man, I appreciate you, man, taking out your time to get in
Yes,
here with
sir.
me, man, and sharing with the people. Um,
Anytime. Anytime.
So man, we gonna come to an end, man. I'll catch y'all later. See Paris 12 Gone Apparel. Like, comment, subscribe.
12 Gone Apparel, the dream in my eye. I be an example to myself.